we
Okay.
are now at stage 2, page 82. And our last headword was sum of, newer type of lesson. Okay, so let's start with revision. Ready?
Okay. I'm
Here we
ready.
go. Is English grammar difficult? Is English grammar difficult? No.
No,
English grammar
English grammar
isn't.
isn't difficult. It's
It's
easy.
very good. Is Chinese an easy language to learn? Is Chinese an easy language to learn? No.
No, Chinese isn't
An
easy
easy
language to
language to
learn.
learn. It's a
It's it's a difficult language to learn.
very good. Is it difficult for you to speak your language? Is it difficult for you to speak your language? No,
No, it
it
isn't
isn't difficult for me
difficult for me.
to speak my.
It's to speak my language.
It's easy.
It's it's easy.
Is it generally easy for people to write with their left hand? Is it generally easy for people to write with their left hand? No,
No,
it
it
isn't
isn't
generally easy
generally
for
easy
people to
to
write
people to write
with their left
their
hand.
with their left hand.
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
Very good. Okay, next, what's my pen doing? What's my pen doing? Your pen's
The
hanging
pens, your pens hanging
between your
with
finger
your between your finger
and
and
your
your
thumb.
thumb.
Is there a light hanging from the ceiling? Is there a light hanging from the ceiling? Yes or no?
Yes,
There's a
yes,
light
right.
hanging from
Hanging on the front ceiling.
where? Is there a map hanging on that wall? Is there a map hanging on that wall? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, there are.
There's a
Uh,
map
there is a map
hanging
hanging on the
on that
wall.
on that wall.
On that wall.
Very good. Do you go home after the lesson by car, by bus, by train, or do you walk home? Do you go home after the lesson by car, by bus, by train, or do you walk home? I walk
I go
home.
I go home after
Um,
the lesson
one more.
by bus.
By bus. Very good. Which do you prefer, to walk or to go by car? Which do you prefer, to walk or to go by car? I prefer
I
to
prefer to walk
than to go by car.
than to go by car.
Very good. Do you come to school by train or by bus? Do you come to school by train or by bus? I come to school
I
by.
come to school by train.
Very good. Does she come to school by train or by bus? Does she come to school by train or by bus? She comes to
She
school
comes
by.
to school by train.
Very good. Are you married? Are you married? Yes or no?
No, I'm married.
No, I'm
Ah,
not
yes,
married.
yes, yes, I'm married.
Ah, yes, I'm married. Very good. Is Mr. Brown single? Is Mr. Brown single? No,
No, Mr.
Mr.
Brown
Brown
isn't
isn't
single.
single. He's married.
He's married.
Is Miss Brown married? Is Miss Brown married? No,
No, Mr.
Miss
Brown
isn't.
isn't married.
She's
He's single.
very good. Has Mr. Brown got a wife? Has Mr. Brown got a wife? Yes.
Yes, Mr.
Mr.
Brown's got
Brown's.
a wife.
Has Mrs. Brown got a husband? Has Mrs. Brown got a husband? Yes.
Yes, Mr.
Mrs.
Brown
Brown got a.
got a husband.
Wait, is Mrs. Brown's husband standing behind the house? Is Mrs. Brown's husband standing behind the house? No.
No,
Mrs. Brown's
Mrs. Brown's
husband
husband
isn't standing.
behind, isn't standing
Bef-
behind the house.
He's
He's
standing.
standing in front of the house.
Very good. What's your mother's name? What's your mother's name? My
My
mother's
mother's
name
name is
is.
Yuki.
What's your father's name? What's your father's name? My
My
father's
father's name
name is.
is Yoshihiro.
Very good. What's your father's wife name? What's your father's wife name? My
My
father's
father's
wife name
wife's name
is.
is Miyuki.
Very good. What's your mother's husband's name? What's your mother's husband's name? My
My
mother's
mother's
husband's name
husband's name is
is
Yoshihiro.
Hiro. Very good. What's the plural of child? What's the plural of child? The plural of child.
The plural of child is children.
How many children have your mother and father got? How many children have your mother and father got? My mother and
My mother
father
and father
have
have
got.
got two children.
Wait, are you an only child? Are you an only child? Yes or no?
No, I'm not only child. I
Very
have
good.
one brother.
One brother. Very good. Okay, next. What do we call this? What do we call this? We call that
We call this
a pen.
pen.
Very good. Okay. What do we call the people in France? What do we call the people in France? We call the
We
people
call the
in
people in
France
France French.
French. What do we call the thing we wear on our heads? What do we call the thing we wear on our heads? We
We
call the
call
thing
things we wear on our
on our
heads
heads
a hat.
a hat. What do people generally call their mother and father? What do people generally call their mother and father? people
the
generally
people
call
generally
their
call
mother and father,
their father and mother,
mom and dad.
mom and dad.
Very good. Okay. Are both my hands on the table? Are both my hands on the table? No.
No,
Both
both your
your
hands
hands,
and on the table.
one's
One's
on the
on
table
the table,
and the
on the
others
other one's
on
on
your
your arm.
arm. Are both my hands closed? Are both my hands closed? No.
No,
Both your
both your
hands
hands
aren't closed.
and claws. One's
One's
closed
closed and the
and the
others
other's open.
very good. Are both these
One's,
pencils black?
one's closed and the other's
Very good. Okay. Okay, we're back. So, are both these pencils black? Are both these pencils black? No.
both these
Both
pen. No,
both
both
those
these
pencils
pencils
aren't
and
black.
black.
One's black
One, one's black
and the
and
others
the other's yellow.
very good. Okay. Next. What's this? What's this? It's a book.
It's a book.
What kind of book is this? What kind of book is this? It's an
It's an
English
English
book.
book.
Very good. What
English book.
very good. What kind of room is this? What kind of room is this? It's a classroom.
It's it's a classroom.
What kind of car do you prefer? What kind of car do you prefer? I prefer
I prefer SUV.
SUV. Very good. Me too. Okay, next. Give me some examples of prepositions. Give me some examples of prepositions, please. Some
Some
examples
examples
of
of
prepositions
prepositions
are
is on,
on,
in,
under, from,
under,
etc.
etc.
Where do you come from? Where do you come from? I come
I
from.
come from
Where,
Japan.
where do I come from? Where do I come from? You come
You
from
come from
Philippines.
Philippines.
What do we speak
Philippines.
with? What do we speak with? We speak
We speak
with our
with
mouths.
our mouth.
Very good. Okay, where am I taking the book from? Where am I taking the book from? You're
You're
taking the book
taking
from the
from
table.
taking the book from the table.
Right? What am I putting the pen under? What am I putting the pen under? You're putting the
You're
pen
putting a pen
under
under
the.
the book.
Very good. What are you sitting on? What are you sitting on? I'm sitting
I'm
on a.
sitting on a chair.
Very good. Okay, next. Tell me the names of the four cardinal points. Tell me the names of the four cardinal points, please. The
The
names
names
of the
of the
four
four
cardinal
cardinal
points
points
are
are north,
north, south,
south,
east,
west, and east.
and east. Very good. Is Greece west of Italy? Is Greece west of Italy? No.
No,
Greece
Greece isn't
west
east
of
of Italy.
it's
West of Italy.
it's east.
It's east of Italy.
Where is Paris in the south of France? Is Paris in the south of France? No.
No, Paris
Paris.
isn't in the south of France.
It's in
It's
the
north.
north.
It's in the north of the France.
Where
Of France.
Is Germany
No,
east or west of Italy? Is Germany east or west of Italy? Germany
no,
isn't east
no.
or
No,
west of
Germany
Italy.
isn't
East or west
west or east
of
or
Italy.
west of Italy.
It's north.
It's north of Italy.
Very good. How many places are there in this room? How many places are there in this room? There are
There are
three
about
places. Three places
three places
in that room.
in that room.
Are there anybody sitting in that place? Are there anybody sitting in that place? Yes,
Yes,
there's
there are
somebody
somebody sitting in
in
that
that
place.
place. Very good. Tell me the names of some of the places you like in your country. Tell me the names of some of the places you like in your country. The names of
The
some
names
of the
of some
places
of the
I like in my
places
country
I like in my country
are
are Tokyo, Kanagawa, Osaka,
etc.
Yokohama,
Oh, so many. Very good.
etc.
Okay, now as well. Okay, very good. Okay, so that's the end of our revision. Let's have new word.
Okay.
Okay, very good. So repeat opposite.
Opposite.
Very good. Okay, listen. The opposite of long is short. The opposite of large is small. Okay, so let's practice. What's the opposite of high? What's the opposite of high? The
The
opposite
opposite
of
of high
high is
is
low.
low.
What's the opposite of behind? What's the opposite of behind? The opposite
The
of
opposite
behind
of behind
is
is
in front
in
of.
front of.
What's the opposite of tall? What's the opposite of tall? The
The
opposite
opposite
of
of tall
short.
is short.
What's the opposite of the verb to teach? What's the opposite of the verb to teach? The
The
opposite
opposite
of the
of the
verb
verb
to teach
to teach
is to
is
learn.
to learn.
Very good. Let's repeat without.
Without.
Very good. Okay, listen. The opposite of with is without. For example, we can write with a pen or a pencil, but we can't write without a pen or a pencil. Let's practice. What's the opposite of with? What's the opposite of with? The opposite of with
The opposite with
is
is
without.
without.
Can we write without a pen or a pencil? Can we write without a pen or a pencil? No,
No, we
we
can't
write
write
without a
without
pen.
pen and a pencil.
Very good. Can we speak without opening our mouths? Can we speak without opening our mouths? No,
No, we
we
can't
can't
speak
speak
without
without
opening
opening.
our mouth.
Very good. Can you read without wearing glasses? Can you read without wearing glasses? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, I
Okay.
can read
Without
without
wearing
wearing a
glasses.
glasses.
Very good. Okay, next repeat the verb.
Verb,
Noun.
noun,
Very good. Okay, so let's learn about verb and noun. Okay, repeat translation.
translation.
Very good. Okay, listen. A verb is a word we use for an action. So in short, verbs are action words. For example, take, put, open, run, close, read, sleep, etc. A noun is the name of a thing. For example, book, picture, wall are nouns. It's the name of a person, place, animals, or things. The word translate is a verb because you translate it, whereas the word translation is a noun. The word mean is a verb, whereas the word meaning is a noun. Let's practice. What's the difference between a verb and a noun? What's the difference between a verb and a noun? The difference
The difference
between
of
a verb
between
and
verb
a
and
noun
noun
is that a verb
is that of
is a word
about
we
is
use
a word
for an
we
action,
use for an action,
whereas a noun is the name
whereas
of
a
a
noun,
thing, is the name of
whereas
a thing.
is the name of the thing.
Where could give me an example of a verb? Give me an example of a verb, please.
Take
Is a verb.
is about
Give me an example of a noun. Give me an example of a noun, please.
verb
Is a
is a
noun.
noun.
Very good. Is the word translation a verb or a noun? Is the word translation a verb or a noun? The word translation
The word
is a
translation
noun.
is a noun.
Very good. Next, repeat. During.
Doing,
During. About.
during, about.
Very good. Okay, listen. During is a preposition. For example, we don't speak Japanese during the lesson. We speak English. About is a preposition. For example, I don't walk about the room during the lesson. I sit on my chair. Let's practice. Does she walk about the room during the lesson? Does she, example first. She doesn't walk about the room during the lesson. She sits on her chair. Let's practice. Do we speak Greek during the lesson? Do we speak Greek during the lesson? No, we don't
No, I
speak
don't speak during
Greek. One more, we. No, we don't
week.
speak Greek
We don't speak Greek
during the lesson.
during the
We
lesson.
speak English.
We speak English.
Do you walk about the room during the lesson? Do you walk about the room during the lesson? No.
No, I
I
don't walk
walk about the room
about the room
during the
during the
lesson.
lesson.
I sit on my chair.
I sit on my chair.
Very good. Does she walk about the room during the lesson? Does she walk about the room during the lesson? No.
No, she
Sh-
don't walk
third
about
third person doesn't. No, she
doesn't.
doesn't
No,
walk
she
about
doesn't walk about
the room
uh,
during the
the
lesson.
room during the
She
lesson.
sits on her chair.
She sits on her chair.
Very good. About how many questions do you answer during the lesson? About how many questions do you answer during the lesson? They answer
I think
about
it's about 30 questions
questions during the lesson.
during the lesson.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Some.
Some, some,
Very good. Okay, listen. For example, not all people in my town are men. Some are men and some are women. Some. Not all the cars in Europe are Fords. Some are Fords and some are Fiats, Renaults, Volkswagen, Volvos, etc. Not all the people in my place are married. Some are married and some are single. Let's practice. Are all the people in your town men? Are all the people in your town men? No,
No, not
not
all the people in my town
are men.
are men.
Some are men and
Some are
some
men,
are women.
some are women.
Are all the cars in Europe Ford? Are all the car in Europe Ford? No,
No,
not
not all the cars in
in Europe
Europe
are Ford.
are Ford.
Some are Fords
Some are Ford,
and
some
some
are
are Fiat, Reynolds,
Fiat,
Renault,
Volvo,
Volvo, etc.
etc.
Are all the people in your place married? Are all the people in your place married? No,
No,
not
not
all
all the
the people
people
in
in
my
some
place
in my place
are married.
are married.
Some are married
Married.
and some
Some
are
are single.
very good. Do all the people in Europe speak Spanish? Do all the people in Europe speak Spanish? No, not
No,
all the people
not all the
in
people
Europe
in Europe
speak Spanish.
speak Spanish.
Some speak
Just
Spanish
some speak
and
Spanish
some speak
and some speak
other
French,
languages.
other
French
language.
or French, Italian, like other languages. Very good. Okay. Next, repeat anything,
Understand,
non-specific,
unspecific,
something,
something,
not anything,
not anything.
what,
What?
specific, a
Specific.
light,
A
a
light,
picture,
a picture,
nothing.
nothing.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word anything and something means the same thing. We use the word anything in questions and negative sentences, right? And we use something in positive sentences. For example, I have got anything in my right hand. Yes, you've got
Mm,
something in your right hand. Have I got anything in my left hand? No, you haven't got anything in your left hand. Okay, anything we use in a non-specific question, so we don't need a specific answer. Whereas if we use what, it's specific and we need a specific answer. Like, what did you eat? You should say what kind of food. Let's practice. Okay, next, repeat anything.
anything.
Okay, for example, have I got anything in my right hand? Yes, you've got something in your right hand. Is there anything on the table? Yes, there's something on the table. Let's practice. Have I got anything in my right hand? Have I got anything in my right hand? Yes,
Yes,
you've got
you've got
something
something
in
in your
your
left hand.
right hand.
In your right hand.
Very good. Is there anything on the table? Is there anything on the table? Yes,
Yes,
there's
there
something
is something
on the
on the
table.
table.
Very good. Are you wearing anything on your feet? Are you wearing anything on your feet? Yes, I'm wearing
Yes,
something
yes,
on my
I'm
feet.
wearing something on my feet.
Very good.
Feet,
Next repeat. Not anything.
not anything.
Very good. Okay, listen. For example, I have got anything. Have I got anything in my left hand? No, I haven't got anything in my left hand. Is
No, I
there
haven't. No,
okay?
oh,
Another example. Is there anything on the floor? No, there isn't anything on the floor. Let's practice. Have I got anything in my left hand? Have I got anything in my left hand?
no,
No.
you haven't got
Anything
anything
in your
in your left hand.
wait, is there
Right?
anything there on the floor? Is there anything there on the floor? No. There
No,
isn't
there
anything
isn't anything
on the floor.
on the floor.
Are you wearing anything on your head? Are you wearing anything on your head? No,
No,
I'm
I'm
not
not
wearing
wearing
anything
anything
on my head.
on my head.
Very good. Okay, next. Nothing.
Nothing.
Very good. Okay, listen. For example, I've got a pen in my right hand. I've got nothing in my left hand.
Mm.
There are some books on the table. There's nothing on the floor. Okay, so let's practice. What have I got in my right hand? What have I got in my right hand? You've got a pen
You've, you've got a
in
pen
your right
with
hand.
your right hand.
Very good. What have I got in my left hand? What have I got in my left hand? You've got
You've got
nothing in
nothing
your.
in your left hand.
Very good. What's on the table? What's on the table? There are some
Yes,
books
there are some books
on the
on
table.
the table.
Very good. What's there on the floor? What's there on the floor? There's nothing there
There's nothing there
on the floor.
on the floor.
Very good. What are you wearing on your feet? What are you wearing on your feet? I'm wearing shoes
I'm wearing
on
shoes
my feet.
on my feet.
What are you wearing on your head? What are you wearing on your head? I'm wearing
No,
nothing
I'm wearing
on
nothing
my
on
head.
my head.
Very good. Okay, last one. Feet, only one negative.
Only one negative.
Very good. In English, in a negative sentence, we only use one negative word, not two. For example, there isn't, so negative, there isn't anything on this chair. A sentence with two negative words has a positive meaning. For example, there isn't, so if you say, there isn't nobody, isn't and nobody are both negative. So there isn't nobody on this chair. It means that there's somebody on the chair. I have I have not got nothing in my pocket means I have got something in my pocket. Let's practice. Have I got anything in my hand? Have I got anything in my hand? Yes,
Yes, I've got.
you've got something
You've got
in
something
your hand.
in your hand.
Have I got nothing in my hand? Have I got nothing in my hand? No, you haven't
No,
got
you
nothing
haven't got
in
nothing
your hand.
in your hand.
You've got something
You got
in
something
your
in
hand.
your hand.
Very good. What does this sentence mean? I'm not eating nothing. What does this sentence mean? I'm not eating nothing. I'm not eating nothing means I'm not
I'm not
eating nothing means
eating nothing means
I'm eating
I'm
something.
eating something.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading.
Okay.
Okay, so our reading is at stage one, page 32.
32.
Okay, and our last headword was English. Okay, let's start at headword my, your.
Okay. Your. Is this your book? No, it isn't my book. It's your book. Is that my dress? No, it isn't your dress. It's my dress.